Hello everyone, today we'll be going over the best level 60 gear for ice. I'm going to show the stats first and then show where to get each item afterwards. So let's start out with the hat. The Waterworks hat compared to Winter Tusk crafted gear. You get more health, resistance, crit damage, and additional incoming. You do lose out on a 45% ice blade and accuracy. So you can use this one instead if you don't want to farm Waterworks for the hat. Since you do get the 45% blade, which can help you a lot, and you also get more accuracy. But stat-wise, I have the Frostbite Hood as the best. We can compare that to Zigzag's hat, because for most schools this is better, but for ice it's not. You get more health, power pip, and crit on the Zigzag hat, but you lose out on resistance, damage, and accuracy. So for the robe, I have the Tunic of Upper Zigzag. Compared to crafted gear, you get more crit, health, power pip. You keep the same accuracy, but you get more resistance and damage. You lose out on a ice trap and block, but you also get the mass prism about 12 levels earlier, which will help you out a lot whenever you're facing off against ice minions. And then compared to Waterworks, you lose out on health, you keep the same accuracy, you lose out on block and resistance, but you get more crit and damage. Moving on to the boots, the Frostbite boots. Compared to Winter Tusk, you get more damage, you lose out on one accuracy, you get a significant amount of resistance, you get more block and health, and you also get incoming healing on this also. You do lose out on the Balefrost, but then we can also compare that to the Zigzag boots and also what I think is the best stat-wise, the Lydia's Frozen Foot Wraps. But it is hard to recommend a crowns-only item, especially a pack-only item, when most players are really just looking for a free-to-play option. But for the Zigzag boots, you lose out on damage, resist. You do get more block and accuracy and a little bit more health, but you do lose out on the main stats, damage and resist. And then for Lydia's, it's basically just an overall upgrade. You get 7% power pip chance, which is insane. And then you also get 14 damage, which is great. But you lose out on block for crit. But this is technically the best stat-wise. The Lydia's Frozen Foot Wraps, but I still recommend the Waterworks boots because it is a free-to-play option. For the wand, I have the Skyrim Hosta still. You could go for another Crowns item from the Professor Horde pack, the Headmaster's Crystal Staff, which gives one less damage, but it does give more ice crit. But I would still have the Skyrim Hosta over that. For the Athame, I have the Garnet's Bear Claw. It comes with more damage. This is the level 50 Bizarre Athame, which gives 3 ice damage and then 8% power pip chance. There is an upgraded version for level 56 also, but that one only has 4 ice damage. This one has 6 universal damage, 8 block, 15% power pip chance. You do get 2 more energy also. You lose out on health, but then you also get some gem slots, or jewel slots, excuse me, that you can socket some flat damage, accuracy, or pip, and also health. For the amulet, this was a thing that took me the longest to get, and this is the Necklace of Upper Zigzag, which stat-wise is the best amulet. It gives 2 ice damage and then also 95 health. You can also socket more health to it with a tier jewel, and then also put in some stun resist or flat resist on the square jewel. This also gives a Balefrost with 35%. But this is insanely hard to get. This drops from Belosh, which is the secret stone key boss in Zigzag, the House of Scales, and then also drops in Lower Zigzag from the last boss. Very hard to get. So an alternative would be any jewel that or any amulet that gives a feint, the Jewel of Feint, or the Amulet of Agony. For the ring, I have the Bazaar ring, the Sapphire ring of Battle, 3 damage, 7 block, and 18 power pip chance, which is insane for this level. And then this compared to the Winter Raven ring, which is the level 50 Bazaar, you get so much more power pip chance. You lose out on blocks, still the same damage, and then you lose out on a little bit of health, but the fact that you get 12% more power pip chance is insane. Now for the deck, you have the set of the Ravenous Teeth, which also is a pain to get, but you can get this on any character. So if you have a higher level character, you can go into the House of Scales, and Belosh, which is the Stone Key boss in the House of Scales, drops 1% universal accuracy for all schools, and this comes in every single jewel slot too. So I wasn't fortunate enough to get the triangle one, which was the one that I was going for, but I did get 2 tiers and then 1 square. But the triangle set of the Ravenous Teeth is the best, so that you can socket pip or accuracy. So with that, this is the stats, 81 damage. That's with the pet. So let's actually take the pet off. You're going to have 57 ice damage, 32 across the board, 15 ice accuracy, 87 crit, 42 block, 18 incoming, 8 outgoing, and then 77 power pip percentage. Then you get yourself a triple double pet, and you can have up to 81, a little bit more because my stats aren't the best on my pet. 47 resist, which is really good at this level. And then now let me actually show you where to get every single item. Alright, for the hat, we're going to be going into Waterworks. So at level 60, you're going to get a notification from Blad Raveneye. He's going to say basically there's a disturbance down in Crab Alley. You're going to go over here, you're going to talk to him. He's going to send you down to Herman, which is over here in Crab Alley. And then he's basically going to tell you that a hole broke in the wall, and then that opens up the Waterworks dungeon. For the hat, you're going to be farming Luska the Squid in Waterworks, this little tower right here. He's the first boss that you have to fight, and he's the one that drops, he also drops life masteries, but he drops the frostbit hood. Since we're here, we're also going to go over the boots. The frostbit boots, you get this from the final boss in Waterworks. He also drops life masteries and the frostbit cape. For the robe, we're going to be going into Zigzag. So at level 60, you're going to get a message from Alhaz Red, and he is going to basically tell you that his assistant is in danger, to go and talk to her. And then you're going to be able to go to the statue. And then after doing the first dungeon, lower Zigzag down there, you're going to come over here to the House of Scales, and it drops from the final boss in the House of Scales. Skyrim Hosta is a guaranteed drop from Mount Olympus at level 30. Guaranteed drop from Ares. And just in case you didn't know that, Mount Olympus is where you get the Skyrim Hosta. For the Athame, we are in Vesterland with Ingolf the Grower. He sells the recipe for the Garnet Bear Claw. At level 56, you can craft this, and then he also sells a ring that also gives 3 damage, but I still have the other ring from the Bazaar at number 1. So that's kind of like a little runner-up for the ring. Just as a little pit stop while we are in Winter Tusk, you can get the Winter Tusk crafted gear from Carex right here. He gives all the level 56 crafted gear for each school. And he is in Sudreland. We're back at Zigzag because this is where you're going to be getting the amulet. You can get them one of 2 places. Lower Zigzag, I would say, would probably be the easiest, since the other one drops in the House of Scales, the secret boss, which does take a stone key to get into every single time. So if you did want to just go for the amulet, I would recommend going into lower zigzag. Alright, now we're in the bazaar for the ring. You're going to go over here to the ring tab, just click on usable and sort by level. Then it's going to be down here. There's 100 in there right now, so it's probably really easy to find. The one that isn't easy to find is the one for level 50. You can hardly ever find this, so if you do, go ahead and buy it, excuse me. And then now let's go over to the deck. We're back in zigzag again for the final time. This is where you're going to be able to get the deck in the House of Scales, the secret boss in here. Belosh is going to be able to drop the deck for the accuracy for each school. This is the one that I would recommend the least because it is a struggle to get, but you can also go on your higher level wizard to kill him as fast as possible and then hope that you're going to get it, because it is a very low % drop rate and you do need stone keys for each one. But with that, that is the final piece. So thanks for watching, and that was the best level 60 gear.